Hello and thanks for joining us for our mid-morning edition of Arirang News on this wet Tuesday here in Seoul. I'm Mark Broom. Our top story this morning, the leader of Korea's main opposition party has flatly rejected President Park Geun-hye's proposal to revise the constitution to allow presidents to serve more than one 5-year term. For more, we connect live with our National Assembly correspondent Park Ji-won. So Ji-won, strong words from the opposition chief.
Good morning, Mark. As you said, Choo Mi-ae, leader of the main opposition Democratic Party of Korea, has reiterated her party's strong disapproval to President Park's revision proposal, which she gave at the National Assembly on Monday. At a press conference this morning, Choo accused the president of using the proposal to cover up corruption allegations swirling around the top office. The allegations, being labeled Chosunsil Gate, revolve around a woman who's accused of exerting influence over business leaders and senior presidential aides, using her long-term personal ties to President Park. The opposition party chief also called for a thorough investigation into the allegations and demanded the authorities summon Choi immediately, who's reportedly staying in Germany. She added that any constitutional revision should be led by the public, not by the president, whose announcement was made to deflect from the allegations. And that's all I have for now, and I will bring you more updates in our later newscast. Mark.
Thank you, Ji-won, for that report there. Now, senior U.S. military officials have agreed that the next presidential administration in Washington, be it Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump, should prioritize national security amid continual North Korean provocations. Our Defense Ministry correspondent Kim Hyun-bin with the details.
The secretaries of the U.S. Army, Air Force, and Navy have voiced their concerns about the increasing nuclear and missile threats posed by North Korea. In an interview with the Center for Neo-American Security on Monday, they emphasized the next U.S. president needs to ensure preparedness against those threats. U.S. Secretary of the Army, Eric Fanning, said Pyongyang is becoming increasingly threatening and unpredictable, adding that Washington's ability to deal with any eventuality is a very important part of the calculus. His counterpart for the Navy, Ray Mabus, also called for solid preparedness, stressing that North Korea is just one of many threats facing the United States, and the next administration has to be ready to face them on day one. He said the U.S. has already forward deployed troops in South Korea and Japan in case of a crisis. Mabus said there are ground troops in South Korea, and Japan has strategic military assets in the region, including an aircraft carrier, and there are plans to deploy additional destroyers if need be. Air Force Secretary Deborah Lee James added that reviewing the United States' nuclear weapons in terms of status and when they could be used in the future is another prime task for the next administration. Kim Hyun-bin, Arirang News.
Japan plans to take extra steps to minimize its business transactions with nations that have close dealings with North Korea. The Japanese government says it's reviewing imposing trade restrictions with foreign companies that aid Pyongyang by either hiring workers from North Korea or engaging in direct trade with the North. Tokyo-based Kyodo News Agency reports that Chinese companies located near the border with North Korea are being closely monitored. North Korea has profited by selling its labourers to other countries, and Japan believes those funds are being directly channeled into North Korea's nuclear and missile programs. Experts say Japan's efforts will be in accordance with international efforts to limit North Korea's nuclear ambitions. The South Korean economy grew 0.7% in the third quarter this year, extending its sluggish 0% range growth into a fourth consecutive quarter. In its preliminary data released on Tuesday, the Bank of Korea said Q3 growth was down 0.1 percentage point from the previous quarter when it recorded 0.8%. By category, facility investment decreased on quarter while private consumption and exports rose. Outbound shipments, which are the main driver of South Korea's economic growth, edged up 0.8% on quarter. Imports rose 2.4%. Gross domestic income fell 0.3% during the same period. Today, October 25th, is a special day for Koreans as the country marks Dokdo Day, a day to celebrate the country's easternmost islets. The Korean Federation of Teachers Association has encouraged schools across the nation to educate students on Dokdo's history and to press home that the islets are Korean territory historically, geographically and by international law. Students in the southeastern city of Daegu are marking the day in a creative way, organising a group dance performance in their school playgrounds and engaging in other activities as well. Now, Dokdo Day was proclaimed by a non-profit organisation 16 years ago to mark the 100th anniversary of October 25th, 1900, when Emperor Gojong of the Daehan Empire proclaimed that Dokdo belonged to Korea. Now, despite the overwhelming weight of evidence to the contrary, Japan continues to this day to make false territorial claims to Dokdo. And that's where we're going to leave it for now. Thank you as always for watching. We will be back with our main afternoon newscast. That's coming up at noon Korea time. So until then, goodbye.